While Sumerian civilization and Islam are separated by millennia, some ancient Mesopotamian myths and figures from the Sumerian period influence the Abrahamic traditions, Judaism, and Christianity that preceded and helped shape Islam. The primary connection is through the figure of Abraham, who according to the Hebrew Bible came from the Mesopotamian city of Ur. Sumerian and Mesopotamian roots. The most notable connections include Abraham's origin. The Abrahamic faiths trace their lineage to the patriarch Abraham, who is said to have migrated from Ur, a major city in ancient Sumer. Creation and flood myths. Stories from ancient Mesopotamia, a broader region that includes Sumer, contain striking parallels with biblical narratives that are also foundational to Islam. The Flood. The Mesopotamian Epic of Gilgamesh and the Epic of Atrahasis both feature a divine flood intended to wipe out humanity, with one man building an ark to save his family and animals. The biblical story of Noah's Ark echoes this motif. Creation stories. Parallels exist between Mesopotamian cosmology, such as the Babylonian Enuma Elish, where the god Marduk brings order from chaos, and the creation story in the book of Genesis. The Tower of Babel. The story of the Tower of Babel is likely inspired by the ziggurats, massive stepped pyramids built by the Sumerians and other Mesopotamians. The lineage from Abrahamic faiths to Islam recognizes the Judeo-Christian prophets and scripture as earlier, corrupted versions of divine revelation, which the Quran then corrects and perfects. The progression generally follows this path. Sumerian influence. Ancient Sumerian and other Mesopotamian myths circulated throughout the Near East, eventually influencing early Hebrew traditions, which were foundational to the Abrahamic religions. Hebrew Chin-Israelite religion. Early Hebrew religion emerged within this Mesopotamian cultural and religious context and eventually transitioned towards monotheism during and after the Babylonian exile in the 6th century BCE. The stories of Abraham and the Mesopotamian flood were incorporated into their sacred texts, which later became the Hebrew Bible. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. All three religions evolved from this foundational Abrahamic tradition. Judaism codified the religious laws and narratives of the Torah, first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible. Christianity emerged from Judaism, recognizing Jesus as the Messiah prophesied in the Hebrew Scriptures. Islam later incorporated many of the same figures and narratives,